Odessa Lil.
And I am Klingon Vanna White.
And I'm Shecky with Little Makko.
You may recognize us as Speakeasily of the internet. But actually, maybe you don't recognize us because we're wearing costumes because we're at WonderCon 2015!
We're supposed to be wearing costumes?
So we're going to talk to famous people and stuff. Out of our way, losers. All right, we found our first bona fide famous person, James Robinson, author of such awesome titles as The Fantastic Four, The Invaders, and the upcoming Airboy. Hi, James Robinson.
Hello, how are you all? I've been writing comics for 25 years, so this is just part of my life. It's going to these conventions and meeting fans and going to panels and answering questions and all of that, you know?
God, that sounds so depressing.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's my public. These are my people. Every mismatched, inbred one of them.
Aw, that's sweet.
I resemble that remark.
So, you know, we're serious reporters,
Okay.
serious journalists, and I just wanted to let you and the public know that you were given a safe word in case we get into territory that's too hot to handle, you know?
Okay.
It is Connecticut. If we go to Connecticut, we know we've gone too far.
Okay, duly noted. Connecticut it is.
Okay, all right, so let's start with some of our hard-nosed questions.
Yes.
So you've got the new title, Airboy, coming out
that's
soon.
right.
When's that coming out?
The first issue will be out in June, and it's 4 issues, and it's all about my crazy life. There is drug use, there's promiscuity, there's myself, Greg, and a goth girl having a three-way, and there's full frontal nudity.
I heard that you almost got kicked out of the panel for showing your penis in an artistic representation.
That's right, yes. We showed the first page of panel 2 is me running down the street without pants on with my penis flapping in the breeze, and a girl that was chuckling but nevertheless had to tell us that we couldn't show nudity at the panel. So that almost led to some unpleasantness, but it didn't, luckily.
Was the drawing enlarged to show detail?
There is, yes, the veins on my scrotum as they flap were definitely there for all to see.
I saw them. Now, I have a question. The artist, was he being generous?
I thought he was being stingy.
With the hair, or?
I didn't get to see the photo myself, and I assumed that there was quotation marks around it to show movement. But Odessa said that it was actually swinging in the drawing,
Flapping.
flapping, like swinging, like
You were dodging it as you were running.
like an elephant's trunk. Like,
My eye!
yeah, like it was swaying like an elephant's trunk, like dangerous.
Actually, as you'll see in the book, I have the small one. It's Greg that has the monster.
And he's in control of the art. Imagine that.
And what's his phone number?
Steady on, Batman. You have Robin at home to keep you warm. It's a little bit uncomfortable for them, not for me. I'll talk about my penis all day. Do you have any more questions about my penis?
Let's open it up to our viewers. So, in the panel yesterday, you mentioned how Airboy was part of your recovery,
Yes.
actually.
Yes, it's therapy in that I'm really sort of like on a bit more of the straight and narrow now, at least in terms of alcohol and drugs. But I used to be quite the party boy. So all of the drugs that I take in that comic are drugs that I've taken many times and had a lot of fun with. But that fun has to end at some point, and it's ending for me. But nevertheless, in the comic book, I'm letting it all out. So I've taken horse tranquilizer. Obviously, I've taken ecstasy. I've snorted heroin when I thought it was cocaine. And I've done lots of cocaine. And I've drunk more than I thought all of you together, I think, probably, in one night.
Actually, Klingon Vanna White, you don't know her very well.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yes, I am also in recovery, and one thing that I noticed is that my favorite cocaine dealer's phone number kept appearing in my phone again.
Oh, well, that I guess that can happen. My only vice now is sex and films, watching films.
Is this the most personal you've become in a script?
Absolutely, yeah. Both, in all aspects of it. I mean, although there's a lot of it is like wild and crazy, there's definitely a a real through line of heart and emotion that goes through it when I deal with, like, you know, the breakup of my marriage, the just the fact that I could see that I was becoming a less decent person, and part of like not drinking, and I'm not doing AA, I'm just doing it myself, but I'm trying to be a better man, and even now I'm constantly realizing ways where I'm like letting people down and I'm being thoughtless, so I'm constantly trying to improve myself. To be serious for a second.
Man, that is heavy. Seriously. But no, you're a good man, becoming a better man.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. And thank you for holding Makko.
Oh,
holding the paper in.
Yeah, I have 2 fingers inside him at the moment. I may give him the shocker at any second.
So jealous.
Back and forth, round and round. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, and then the little pinky in the other part. There we go. Cool. Image is now like the #3 publisher, and they're growing all the time. They're actually putting out a huge amount of books. So, I mean, this is again serious, but it's interesting that like public's interest in creator-owned comics that aren't part of the continuity of Marvel or DC is growing so quickly that even I'm surprised by how quickly it's happening. And I'm also working at Marvel, which is, you know, the most popular comic book company in the world, I would say, honestly. I mean, for some reason I haven't worked with them. I did a little bit of work in the 90s, but I haven't done much, and they've really welcomed me and given me, you know, Fantastic Four, one of their flagship books to write, and I have new upcoming projects that I can't really talk about now, but they're also very, very exciting books.
We will get it out of you.
How will you get it out of me?
We have our ways.
Okay, fair enough.
Connecticut.
Who are you reading right now?
Do you mean books, or do you mean like the expressions of poker players? The books I'm rereading at the moment, I read them many, many years ago, and they're so depraved that I love them, are the Gorodich books by Della Corta, the one that people might know because it was made into a really great movie called Diva, a French film many years ago. But that's the first of a whole series with this older con man and his 13-year-old like illegal muse and their life together. So it's super sexy in a completely depraved way. So I'm reading those at the moment, and also a book called Jennifer Government by Max Berry, which I love. I'm rereading that. So they're the books. And then the book I think I'm going to... It's not a rereading, but I'm just in the mood to make friends with books I've read. I mentioned it in the panel, and I was like, oh, I haven't read that in a long time, is Gloriana by Michael Moorcock, which is set in an alternate world that is like a steampunk Elizabethan era. And the main hero of that is this guy who is so completely immoral that he murders, he corrupts a young boy into being his catamite. He does all these terrible things, and at first you're like, oh, well, how terrible. And by the end of it, you're like, oh, yeah, right on. Yeah, you're killing this guy, you're buggering this good boy, yeah, whatever, that's great.
What is a catamite?
A catamite is a polite word for a young boy that you keep around for sexual purposes.
Also known as Makko.
Hey!
I want one of those.
You have to be a man to get one. It has to involve sodomy.
So are you going to fire your agent now that they set you up with this interview?
No, I think I'm going to give him 20% instead of 10.
Keep the tip.
Yeah. Oh.
Just the tip.
Freeze frame.
Oh, hello, Cleon.
Yes.
I am Gorn.
Yes, and I'm bonding with you because we are both aliens.
Yes, we are both aliens. Spock has it right when he goes like this. Oh, I can't do that. You are thinking something awful.
Oh, am I?
Nice.
Are you Gorny?
Am I? No.
You're
No.
currently
No.
You're currently not Gorny?
I already passed it.
That was fast. So I hear you were a stuntman and you did a lot of motorcycle movies.
I am a stuntman, and I did a lot of motorcycle movies.
Was it difficult with the Gorn head to ride the motorcycle?
Never did it.
You never actually rode the motorcycle?
No. I rode the motorcycle with Nixon's head on one time.
Really? What did you do that with? Was that, oh God, what was that?
That was just for jokes.
We were listening to a thing from William Shatner, and he was saying that when you were the Gorn and you were fighting him, that you were taking it way too seriously.
Well, yes. I was very close to him, and while we were there, I figured, well, why not?
I think that's kind of dicky that he said that, though. Don't you think it's kind of dicky, or do you think it's just that Shatner and everybody just puts up?
I think it's kind of like Shatner. Yeah, he's kind of picky too. But if I made his money, I think I might be able to get picky too.
I think that you could have taken him, actually. I think that was a fixed fight. I think you were paid to throw it.
I think I still could.
I think you could too.
I'm rolling too.
We're all rolling. We just took a bunch of ecstasy.
Yes, my dear. What do you want to know?
Ladies and gentlemen, Sergio Aragones, right here in the flesh at WonderCon 2015. Now, Sergio,
yes.
I was obsessed with your work growing up. I just stared at all the detailed drawings in Mad Magazine, but you yourself, a man of mystery. I don't know where you come from. How did it all start? Where were you born?
I was born in Spain, was raised in Mexico, came to the States where I was 24. I've been working with Mad since then. I do comics, I've done theater, I've done movies, I've done television, I've done animation, and I'm still working.
Still working. You travel a lot. You're at every con everywhere.
Yes, I go to Europe a lot, and I've been in conventions in Singapore, Japan, India, all over the world.
They have comic conventions in India?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Argentina, all over. It's universal. One of the largest ones is in France, in Angoulême. It's even larger than San Diego. I've been going, the first one I went was in '72 in New York, and it has grown up to an universal thing. It changes. For instance, right now, cosplay has taken over.
Oh, yeah.
And it is very distracting in a way, because the people with cosplay doesn't have pockets, so they don't buy anything. We're stuck with people just interrupting the people just for taking pictures.
Yes.
And but it's great to look at them.
I just want you to know that my cape has a full set of pockets where I keep my wallet and all the comic books I buy.
Now I know the secret. I should have known that from the beginning.
That's right. Were you were aware of Mad Magazine then before you started to work for them?
I was a fan of them when I was growing up in school, at high school in Mexico. Mad Magazine came. I didn't know any English, but I thought the drawings was the best thing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
They were just amazing.
You kind of don't need to get the jokes in a way.
Well, with Mad you do. And that's why I never thought I could work for Mad, because all my cartoons were pantomime with no words.
Right.
But when I arrived and I went to many magazines, all of them said, these things are crazy, you should go to Mad. I went, and lo and behold, they like what I did, and I've been working with them since then. Incredible.
You are incredible. Thank you. And your monkey shirt is incredible.
Thank you. I made it. I have made it.
You made really?
I need pockets.
That's right. Pockets for all the comic books and the yes.
Telephone, the keys, everything.
That's right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure,
Yay!
my dear.
WonderCon is so cool. There's so many opportunities here.
Yes, I got these really awesome earth cakes. I think that they are defective, though, because they have holes in them.
Dude, those are donuts.
Huh. Well, I also got this black coffee. I like my coffee black, like I like my cats.
Did you buy anything?
No.
Did you steal anything?
We are here with Jenny Parks. She is a scientific illustrator. Jenny, how did you turn your scientific illustration career into a lucrative career about drawing cats as superheroes?
Well, it's kind of a complex story. It's just something I used to do when I was a kid. I kind of just did it for fun, the cat thing. And then my brother used to have a comic book store, and he had a booth at San Diego Comic-Con. Like, this was like, I think 2011 was my first year doing a convention, and he just asked if I wanted to try selling some prints of. The first one I did was the Doctor Who cats, which unfortunately I don't have it up here to show you guys, but it was Doctor Who as cats, and that was kind of like the first one technically that I did. Then I started selling those at San Diego, and people just really liked them, so I just decided to just run with it. Oh,
So do you really like cats?
I'd say I'm a cat person. I love all animals really, but I guess I'm more of a cat person than
Because cats, rule the internet and everything. I just find it really amazing that you're a scientific illustrator and then you're making it big with cats.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I have no problem with it.
All right, so you've got Downton Tabby, Captain American short hair cat. You got Spider Cat. Do you ever worry about infringing anyone's copyright, like any cat's copyrights? Like the tabbies go after you, or maybe the Persian cats are just like, sending you cease and desists.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
So that happens. You do worry about copyright.
I do. I mean, I've never had a problem with it. I actually worked for Marvel doing a few covers, and they never said anything. So I was like, I assume I'm okay.
What covers have you done?
So I did some variant covers. They did an animal variant series, and I just did what was it? Superior Spider-Man. I did a Thor, a Wolverine, and an Iron Man. And they're all cats. So.
Are you going to stick with cats, or are you into otters next, or what's around the bend?
Probably sticking with cats. I mean, I love all animals, but I just I feel like I need to stick with theme, just so I don't stretch myself too thin, Yeah, so that's my plan. Sticking with cats.
I really, really like cats. I like cats so much. I like cats. I just love them.
Are you going to start crying?
I'm totally going to cry. I love them. Thank you for doing this work. No one else is doing this work. You're doing God's work.
All right, okay, we got to go. I'm really sorry about this. It's just that security's going to, yeah, all right. Thank you.
So it's Batman here with Bunnyman. Sean. So please, fantastic to see you here. Tell us about who you are and what you're doing.
Well, this is a true story about my life as an Easter bunny in a mall. Back when I got laid off in a .com downsizing and I had to scramble for work, and I got a bunny suit on and I worked in the mall with screaming kids, crazy parents, and surly supervisors, and the true story, tell-all situation in here.
So were you doing drugs with the kids, or?
No. Well, some other bunnies were. I didn't. I had to substitute for another bunny that got stoned, and he got freaked out, and so he had to find a substitute to take his place.
So were you a bunny one season?
2 weeks, and that was enough. That was all I needed. So
2 weeks and you were done.
2 weeks I was done and got a 128-page book out of it. So
were there ever any times when the Santas would come early and then you guys have to fight it out? So this weird jets and sharks kind of thing?
Gosh, well, there were some Santas in the bunny suit, so there's that. There's a little crossover there. The employment thing, it's seasonal. So
they were holiday sexual?
Yeah, very holiday sexual, yes.
That sounds like some weird disorder that you would have during the holidays.
Everyone has their fetish, so it's.
See, that scares me. If some of these guys are sitting there in a bunny costume, it's like a fetish to be a bunny, and these kids are sitting on their laps and stuff.
Well, furry conventions love Bunny Man, so there's that. So
I can see it, and with tomorrow being Easter. Yeah. Are you gonna dress in a costume tomorrow?
I'm half tempted to put the head on and be guided through this maze of Easter craziness, but I'll need an escort, definitely, because it's blinding. You can't see a thing in those things.
So you're just gonna put on the tip, right? Yeah, Makko loves bunnies.
Yes, I love Makko.
He likes to eat them.
My company's Burly Press, and I draw art and publish my own comic book called Bludgeon. Which is like a superhero book with a quieter side. It's got kind of a slice of life aspect to it. Yes, there we go. Bludgeon. And yeah,
I love it that it's called like Bludgeon, because I expect her to open it and get like hit in the face.
well, it's called Bludgeon because it's the code name of my character. He used to be in a super team, and that was his nickname, was Bludgeon, because he can create solid objects out of light. So, but nothing too fancy. So it's usually bludgeoning objects like bats and batons and things like that.
Bats? So. I seem to notice a lot of beautiful, big, hairy men in your artwork.
Really? Yeah, I guess that seems to be a motif.
Oh, a motif. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
No, I mean, I'm a big fan of big burly dudes, and I'm also a big fan of like classic nudie cutie like Betty Page cheesecake, and so I kind of put them together. I tried to do fun, suggestive and teasing, but not porn, and do it with big burly bears and the types like that. But I also didn't want to do the cowboy and the cop and the construction worker that have been done forever. So I went geek with it. Sci-fi and my newest pinup book is all horror themed. So,
well, Makko is very excited. That you like big burly. Because Makko's like, oh my god, I'm big and burly. So what do you have next coming out?
My co-writer Greg Freeland and I are working on the next issue of Bludgeon, and more art. I'm toying around with the themes for my next pieces, my next pinup book and things like that. So I'll be doing another Burly issue of Burly coming up, and some more art. I have a series of posters that I do, classic movie posters like Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and Forbidden Planet, but I gender swap them. So this big burly dude instead of woman in distress. So
it's bear in distress.
Basically, yeah.
Could you imagine just like this 50-foot like bear just like shedding all over the place? It's like, wow, these giant hairs everywhere. Sorry, it's just a fantasy of mine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stop it, you're turning me on.
I know, right?
Well, we had a great time at WonderCon 2015. We met some amazing artists. We talked about their histories, learned about their creative processes. We bought some stuff. All in all, it's a great day. How do you think it went?
I see that your lips are moving, but all I hear is Disneyland, Disneyland, Disneyland. Did you know that they let children into Disneyland now?